Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime channel. Something that initially seemed like just a joke is gaining more and more traction in the community. Crocodile really was once a woman, and the new evidence in One Piece seems to confirm this, bringing him closer to Luffy. Is Crocodile really Luffy's mother? We'll reveal the answer in today's video. Leave a like to help our videos reach more people, comment on your favorite Zoan fruit, and subscribe if you're new here. Let's get to the video. I also hope I can help you achieve your dream of learning to draw your favorite anime and manga characters, doing whatever you want in the way you imagined, something that becomes easy when you have access to the incredible course, Anime Express, by teacher Noah Williams, which costs less than $1 a day, so check the link in the description to learn in just a few weeks. Now, let's get to the video. Guys, in today's video, I will first prove that Crocodile was in fact a woman, using Oda's references for the creation of the Sea Lords and the new revelations coming from Crocodile's DNA. First, we need to talk about Emporio Ivankov's encounter with Crocodile in the Impel Down arc. This was the meeting that made One Piece fans start considering this possibility 10 years ago. We saw how Ivankov knows some secret about Crocodile, which was revealed when they met and decided to release him so he could help. Ivankov, during chapter 540 of the manga, says that he knew Crocodile early in his pirate life and mentions that if Crocodile tried anything, he would, quote, fix him. This verb can be understood as deal with him, meaning to fight against him and make him stop interfering using force. Or there really is another possibility, and Ivankov would be referring to reversing the power he used on Crocodile in the past. This connection between them can mean many things. After all, many people even believe that Crocodile could have been a revolutionary before becoming a pirate, thus explaining his connection to Dragon, and also to Ivankov. As we know, Ivankov has the ability to manipulate hormones and change people's sex, and he knows a secret about Crocodile because this secret also involves him. Crocodile's reaction when Ivankov talked about this was one of great fear. He was nervous about it and possibly stayed with them only for this reason, which could already reinforce that the pirate was a woman in the past. In a previous video here on the channel, I mainly used an SBS as a basis. This happened because of the information in the SBS of volume 63 of One Piece. In that SBS, a fan said the following: Odachi-sensei, listen to me. Please draw the 7 Shichibukai who made Luffy and Whitebeard suffer 2 years ago in the Battle of Marineford when they were children. And then Oda responded, yes, sure. Now I wonder how they are 2 years later. These are the ones who were in the Shichibukai at the time before the war really started. After this message from Oda, we had the image of the 7 lords drawn in their childhood. In that image, we see Crocodile as a child, and in that image, fans began to notice that Crocodile looked a lot like a girl. This left fans very confused, as they said that he looked like a girl in his childhood, a very angry girl, with an impatient expression and the strength to beat anyone of his age. At this moment, we can imagine that this perception of the fans came because of chapter 540, since the SBS with the illustration came almost 100 chapters later. Some fans say that Oda might have drawn it that way just to mislead the fans, but that is very unlikely. And then we go to another piece of evidence that is present in another chapter of the manga, but now a special chapter, Chapter 0. This is a promotional chapter linked to the events of One Piece film, Strong World. In it, we have a depiction of the execution of Gol D. Roger, 24 years before the events of the main series. In that place, we see many pirates witnessing that moment. Among them, we have many familiar faces from the present, who are now presented as the audience of that fateful day. Among them was Crocodile, who is the only character whose face is hidden, being shown exclusively from the back, unlike all the others. Oda hid his face on purpose, since his fellow Sea Lords received younger redesigns for that occasion. Omitting Crocodile's face seems like a deliberate choice by Oda, as if there was a reason to hide the 22-year-old Crocodile's appearance. And what reason would that be? Perhaps he had not yet been transformed that day. After all, Oda hid other details in that chapter. For example, we don't clearly see Mihawk's back, so we don't know if he already had the Yoru sword or, more importantly, if it was already a black blade at the time. After all, Oda would reveal in a few chapters that swords can reach the supreme grade and change the color of their blade after being used by a high-level swordsman like Mihawk himself. Another example is that we see Shanks with his head down, crying. But in his case, it would be because his captain lost his life. So it makes sense for him to be like that. It makes sense for Oda not to show Shanks' full face. He possibly didn't want to hide anything at that moment. If he wanted to, it would be the date when Shanks was injured by Blackbeard. Now, let's move on to the most interesting part of this video, the origin and possible references for the creation of the Shichibukai. First, it's important to remember that they were not planned from the beginning of the manga. Oda has stated in interviews that he blames the existence of the Shichibukai for the fact that One Piece is so long. Initially, the story was going to be a direct battle against the emperors. And now let's move on to the creation of the group of warlords, the Shichibukai. Many fans say that Oda created the group inspired by a game, Romancing Saga 2, created in 1993. In it, we have main characters that can be directly linked to the 7 members of the Shichibukai. However, let's focus on just 2 of them. The leader of the 7 heroes in the game is called Vagnas, who created the group in the hope of helping the world. He has angelic and butterfly-like characteristics, being incredibly feminine, but he is actually a man. In other words, a man with female traits, something that Oda may have referenced in the creation of Crocodile. Besides, Vagnas had a single purpose, to find an ancient scripture revealing the location of a powerful weapon to take control of a country. For those who don't remember, this is exactly what happened in the Alabasta arc, where Crocodile was already taking control of that place, but was mainly there to seek the poneglyphs that contained information about the location of the ancient weapon Pluton. The next character I would present is Lord Noel, who is simply a master swordsman who always keeps his word and acts as Vagnas's right-hand man. Noel is very powerful, with a strict code of honor and chivalry. He would correspond to Mihawk in One Piece, who carries himself as a true lord, has a great code of honor, and although he is not Crocodile's right-hand man, he is his partner in their organization called Cross Guild. Just like in the game, which reveals that the heroes were cloned, the Sea Lords were also cloned, and at this point we see the Seraphim, who brought us a younger version of Crocodile, this time with his face revealed. At this moment we see that Crocodile's face is more masculine than Oda's first drawing, still with some small feminine traits. This way, we have the final proof, as we can understand the reason for Crocodile's masculinization in his childhood. Vegapunk used Crocodile's DNA after he had undergone the changes from Ivankov's power. And for this reason, Crocodile would be the only Seraphim whose childhood appearance differed from his real past appearance. But then the big question arises. Is Crocodile really Luffy's mother? Oda initially said he has no interest in revealing who Luffy's mother is, and although I believe Crocodile may have been a woman in the past, I don't believe he is Luffy's mother. This is because Oda has already described how he would depict Luffy's mother. In 2009, during an interview with Shonen Jump, Eiichiro Oda was asked about Luffy's mother and finally gave some interesting answers. Fan John Irons asked Oda, "What is Luffy's mother like? Is she beautiful? What happened to her? Did she die when Luffy was a baby?" And Oda replied, "She is alive, but I'm still thinking about it. If she appears in the story, she will be a middle-aged woman with a tough personality and appearance. Her hair is that of a middle-aged woman. There is no way she will be beautiful." This indicated that she hadn't appeared in the story yet, and that she might only make a brief appearance. The question that remains here would be, why didn't she take care of Luffy? Share your opinions in the comments. That's a wrap for today's content. We hope you enjoyed it and want to share your thoughts on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and catch you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.